Time Traveler's Adventures, The Days of Noah and the Ark. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Hourglass. Olivia, Liam, and Mia sat on the dusty wooden floor of their attic, the glow from the magical hourglass casting soft light across their faces. Their hearts raced with excitement. They had already been to countless places and times, from ancient Egypt to the far future, but today felt different. The hourglass shimmered, the sand slowly trickling down, as if inviting them on yet another grand adventure. Olivia looked at her friends with a grin. "I think it's ready for our next journey. Where do you think it'll take us this time?" Liam asked, his curiosity piqued as always. He was the first to grab the hourglass, turning it over with a click. The sand began to pour, and the room swirled around them in a colorful haze. Mia clutched the sides of the old chest they had been sitting on. "I'm hoping for a dinosaur adventure next." But before she could finish her sentence, everything around them dissolved into bright lights and swirling clouds. A moment later, the attic was gone. Chapter 2. The Flooding Sky. When the swirling stopped, the three friends found themselves standing on a large wooden platform, surrounded by the sounds of hammers and busy voices. They blinked, confused, but soon their eyes adjusted to the sight around them. Gigantic beams of wood were being constructed into a massive ship and ark. "This is amazing," Liam exclaimed, looking up at the towering structure. It's Noah's Ark," Olivia gasped, her eyes wide. "This is incredible." "We're in the days of Noah," a gruff voice interrupted them. "You children best stay out of the way. There's much work to be done." A tall man with a long beard and kind eyes looked down at them. It was Noah himself. Olivia, Mia, and Liam exchanged excited looks. "Are you Noah?" Mia asked, her voice full of wonder. Noah smiled gently, his eyes twinkling. "I am, and you must be the children I've been hearing about, those who have come from afar." He paused, wiping his brow. "I'm afraid there's little time to chat, but feel free to watch the work of God's hand." Chapter 3. A Great Flood. As the children watched Noah and his sons labor on the ark, they learned that the flood was coming. The people around them were skeptical of Noah's warning. They laughed and mocked him as he continued his work, building the massive ship to house the animals, his family, and the creatures that would survive the coming storm. "We need to help," Liam said, his usual adventurous spirit rising. "We can't just watch." Olivia nodded. "But how? We're not builders." Mia stood tall, determination in her eyes. "Maybe we can help gather animals." Noah overheard and smiled. "The animals will come, as God has promised, but the faith of those who believe is what matters." The children nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. As they sat together, Noah shared stories of the creation of the world and the importance of believing in God's plan. His words were powerful, and the children began to feel the deep weight of the responsibility that rested on Noah's shoulders. Chapter 4. The storm clouds gather. Days passed, and the ark was nearly completed. The animals began to arrive, pairs of lions, birds, elephants, and even strange creatures the children had never seen before. Noah's family worked tirelessly, guiding the animals into the ark and making sure everyone had a place. But one fateful day, dark clouds began to fill the sky. The air grew thick, and the sound of thunder rolled in the distance. The time was near. Olivia, Liam, and Mia gathered near Noah, who looked solemn but calm. "It is time," he said. "The flood is upon us. The ark is ready, and all who believe will be saved." Chapter 5. The Great Flood. As the rain began to fall, the children watched in awe as the great floodwaters rose around them. The animals had been safely brought aboard, and Noah and his family stood at the ark's entrance, watching as the world outside became swallowed by the rising waters. "We have to go now," Noah said, holding the door of the ark open for his family and the children. "We must trust in God's promise." Olivia, Liam, and Mia nodded, following Noah into the ark. The door closed, and they all huddled together as the storm raged outside. The sound of the rain was deafening, and the children held each other, feeling both the terror of the storm and the peace of knowing they were safe. Chapter 6. A New Beginning. For days, the ark floated on the floodwaters, moving through a world that had been washed clean. But eventually, the storm subsided, the rain stopped, and the sun began to break through the clouds. Noah led the children to the window of the ark, and they looked out at the vast expanse of water. There was no land in sight, but they knew that, soon, they would find new ground. "Do you think we'll find dry land?" Mia asked, looking up at Noah. "We will," he replied with a calm smile. "The land will return, as God promised." As the ark eventually came to rest on a mountaintop, the children felt a sense of wonder and hope. The adventure had been one of faith, of survival, and of seeing the hand of God at work. The rainbow that appeared in the sky after the storm was a sign of God's promise to never again flood the earth. Chapter 7. A farewell to Noah. As the ark finally came to rest on dry land, Noah, his family, and the animals disembarked. The children stood with Noah, looking around at the new world that awaited them. It was quiet, peaceful, and full of potential. "We must go now," Noah said, gently placing his hand on each child's shoulder. "But remember, the world is a gift, and we must care for it." The children nodded, understanding the importance of the message. Before they knew it, the hourglass began to glow once again. The children said their goodbyes, their hearts full of gratitude for the experience. With one final glance at Noah and the ark, the world around them swirled. They found themselves back in their attic, safe and sound, with the magical hourglass once again at their feet. Epilogue. New lessons, new adventures. The children sat in awe, reflecting on everything they had just experienced. They had seen firsthand the power of faith, the beauty of God's creation, and the importance of believing in His plan. Liam grinned. "That was incredible. I think we can handle anything now." Mia nodded. "The world is full of wonders, and we've just begun to explore them." Olivia smiled, holding the hourglass in her hands. "The adventure isn't over yet. There are many more places and times to discover." And with that, the time travelers were ready for their next journey. The end.